So you want to know why I don't do timeouts and what I do instead. Let's unpack. I usually write like the key points that I want to talk about in these videos, but I didn't do that, so I'm just speaking with my heart today. First and foremost, it doesn't teach the lesson at hand, right? When my daughter hits my other daughter and I put her in timeout, it's not teaching her anything about hitting and how that action affected my other daughter. What I feel like it's teaching my daughter is when she acts on these like developmentally appropriate urges that I talk about from time to time, or when she simply fails, right? Like we all fail from time to time. I'm gonna isolate her. She no longer has my approval. Like it's almost like conditional love, right? Like I cut her off. I genuinely think that punishments, bribes, threats, timeouts, although they're effective, they're extremely effective. That's why people do it. All you're teaching your kid is to get your approval. Please, mom, and I will be clear of yelling, hitting, the punishments, the threats, the bribes. The reason why people do traditional parenting or behaviorist parenting is because it works. Reward the behavior you like and punish the behavior you don't like. It works, but I don't think it teaches your kids intrinsic motivators. I want my kid to clean up her toys because she respects her toys and she doesn't want to step on them and break them. I want my kid to not hit others because, she knows it hurts them and she doesn't want to inflict that on other people. I don't want her only motivator to be a good human is to just simply avoid punishments and timeout. The last thing I want to touch on before I tell you what I do instead is I find it so important to cultivate a safe space for my kid to be whole. Failures and all, right? I want my kid to come to me every single time they mess up or when something happens at school or that boy did that or my teacher said that. My job is to be a safe place for my kid. I will always be a soft place to land, and by isolating them when they're having those big emotions, big feelings, or when they simply fail, it is not teaching them that they can come to me. Even to this day, I don't go to my mom with everything. I don't know how she's gonna act. When I was a kid, I didn't know if I was gonna get yelled at, if I was gonna be put in timeout, if she was gonna welcome me with open arms. It was different every single time. Even though we're both adults now and I can have adult conversations with her, this is so ingrained in me. Like, I don't think I can ever go to my mom like I want my kids to go to me. I'm not saying it was all timeouts, right? Like, it was the style of parenting and just the lack of mutual respect. That's why conscious parenting or gentle parenting is also called respectful parenting. I respect my children and I teach them to respect me and everyone else. So what do I do instead? Me and most gentle parents have subscribed to the belief that the root of all bad behavior is simply unmet needs. The lack of connection, the lack of food, the lack of sleep, overstimulation. Like, there is a need that is going unmet. So anytime my daughters do anything that might seem timeout worthy, I try to get to that root. I try to connect with them, get down on their eye level and figure out what's going on. It's not always easy. They're like a really complex puzzle like us as adults. Sometimes we don't even know why we're doing what we're doing. Some gentle parents refer to it as time in instead of timeouts. You just connect with your kid wholly and you figure out what's going on.